Vyrah, reporting for duty. Another time together. Another time. We're gonna do some YouTube watching together. Some reacts. Let's get into it, shall we? Alright. So I kinda like there's a lot that happened since then. Let's get into it. So first off, I want to check out the new Battlefield. There's like it got released, but like I want to check out. So I want to check out the new Battlefield. So yeah.
My fellow citizens, my fellow. We will prevail.
We're ready, Mr. President.
My fellow citizens, today represents a dark day in our history. With this monstrous, unprovoked attack, no country is safe from their reach. For all those serving on our behalf, our prayers go with you. For the Pax Armada mercenaries who are watching now, I have a message. It's over.
Let's get to work.
Come, your masters of war. Hear the bells of big guns. Hear the hide behind walls.
30 seconds.
They turn and run farther when the fast bullets fly.
Move fast. Move decisive. Dagger on my 6.
Send it.
And I hope that you die. And your death will come soon. I'll follow your casket by the pale afternoon. I'll watch while you lie.
Clear the ship now.
And I'll stand over your grave till I'm sure that you're dead.
Paint the target for the F-61.
I'll watch while you lie.
Burn us off.
And I'll stand over your grave till I'm sure that you're dead. Masters of war.
Okay, this is interesting. Okay, the graphics, I'll have to check this some more, but the graphics seems on point. It seems, you know what happened after Battlefield 4? Fucking nothing. All right, nothing happened since Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 got released. It was something. It was something that like people really enjoyed. The maps were like unbelievable, and then it became same old, you know. And basically, right now, what I'm seeing is that like they understood the lesson of all these battlefields. Do you know like any battlefield that is not Battlefield 4? Exactly. That's the thing. We like some of them didn't even had a story. Here you have a campaign on top of that, so this is really interesting, and I think that like this is really good. This is really good. But let me I need to check some more, but so far this seems good. Just need to check one thing. Okay. Okay. Okay, next on there is multiplayer Battlefield Battlefield trailer. Let's check this out.
My fellow citizen.
It's not the one. Okay, gameplay not final. Represent a game in development, contain a mixture of cinematic and gameplay footage. It will be great to just have, like, usually, just so you know, if a game, it's a good sign, but like usually, if the game is completely polished, they just show you one game that is like completely raw, you know. But like here, you need to promote anyway, so. Wow. Ooh. Wow.
Bravo 2 actual. We're taking heavy fire. Request immediate support. Over.
Okay, so let me check. Well, battle pass, vehicle skin. Yeah, I mean fine. But like it looks great. It looks great overall. I think that like a lot of potential. Like here's the question. Will it be forgotten in 6 months? Will it be forgotten in 6 months? Will the battle pass and all this like entry level type of like multiplayer like enjoyment, will it be useful for the player? I don't know, because it will really depend on how much they invest, new maps and stuff like that. But like at least here they did a beautiful like beautiful campaign, like ad campaign and stuff. It looks good, it looks fresh, it looks absolutely stunning. So yeah, it is interesting. It is interesting. Okay. Okay. Let's get into let's get into some more. Ever heard of Halo? If you didn't, it's a good news for you.
Wouldn't be a noble mission if it were easy.
The Covenant are on Reach. Affirmative. It's the winter contingency.
Look at this place. Used to be the crown jewel.
I'll do what's necessary, sir. Good luck.
I know we're losing. I want to know if we've lost. First blessing? Me too.
We will make it sooner or later. Reach has been good to me. Time has come to return the favor. Sha'ainamon, I'm sorry.
The big man was sentimental. I'm ready! How about you?
Okay. So, what does it mean? It means Reach Remastered. I'll check it out. No, actually, check it out. Wait. It's just like an announcement. Wait. I mean, I guess. Okay. Well, I don't know. Okay, there is a new trailer for Borderlands 4. Let's check it out. His grenades.
Oh, there's some over there. Yes!
No fighting on the premises.
Sorry for the mess, y'all.
Okay, so this is actually an interesting trailer. Shows a lot of gameplay footage. Wait, split screen? Split screen. Split screen. Wow, that's a word that I didn't heard in a while. Split screen for on consoles. Like, you see a lot of gameplay. The interface is actually clean as fuck. The interface is really, really, really clean. You see our boy Claptrap. Like, there is like some a joke about Claptrap. I'll be Claptrap's friend. You about to buy this game. This is actually genius marketing, and I think that like this time, you know, like they don't try. I said it once. Like sometimes game developers try to sell you a product. Sometimes they try to sell you a game, and here they try to sell you a game. You know, and I'm really happy to see that the environment is absolutely beautiful. There you can see the differences. I absolutely love this. Check this out, how beautiful it looks. Like, and there is a lot of variety when it comes to like well, the whole like Borderlands lack of colors, kind of like that they struggle with. So I'm really happy about this trailer. Will be interesting to see what's going on next. How the game handle itself. So, Chronos, A New Dawn. Let's check it out.
I was a traveler once, just like you.
Okay.
We are nothing but an aftermath.
It's happening all over again. Somehow, it always ends here.
Okay, so the atmosphere seems like a really it makes me think about reminds me about Fear. If you remember about the game called Fear. Fear with some in between Fear and Dead Space, I'd say. And to be fair, not my style, but like I guess this is something that like could be, well, apparently the game journalists, people like to mock game journalists, but like, let's be honest, like they actually play the game, at least some. So yeah, this is good, and I think that like it is enough. Seeing how beautiful the graphics are, the gameplay seems like handled. So yeah, maybe give it a try, you know, like giving it a try should be good. So yeah. Okay, let's get into the wee part of trailers.
その鬼と初めて会ったのは満開の桜の木の下だった。私を隔離用の宿天神屋へとさらい、あろうことか祖父の借金の方として私を花嫁にすると言った。結婚なんて嫌よ。おじいちゃんの借金私が働いて返すわ。こうして食事どころ夕顔を開き、隔離所での暮らしが始まって、いろいろなことがあったけど、料理に込めた思いが私とあやかしたちをつなぎ合わせてくれました。あれから季節は移ろい、今では私を支えてくれる仲間もいます。
葵さん、
葵ちゃん、葵ちゃん、葵様。私にとってここは大切な居場所。
おかえり、葵。
ただいま。隔離用の宿飯2、10月放送開始。さあ、おもてなしの時間よ。
Okay, I'll skip this one because it's season 2, and if you haven't watched season 1, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, this one is really interesting. Okay.
あなたは誰？
君はいつからここにいるのかな。その卵の中には何が入ってるのかな。眠り続ける大きな鳥を。
その鳥はどうしたの？
今でもそこにいて夢を見続けているよ。
夢？鳥はどんな夢を見るの？
Okay, so this is if you know the nostalgia about like the 90s anime, this is your 90s anime that is like from the director of Ghost in the Shell. it feels like 30 years didn't pass, and we are back where we were. Like, it's just one more anime during this era. This is absolutely gorgeous. They even, check this out, they even took the time to get old school sound design. Check this out. Listen to this. This is old school sound design that you'll find in the 90s. Did you hear the wind? Did you hear the, like, this is complete nostalgia, right? But plus real story and something that is really interesting. So I'd say, so I'm guessing that it's a movie. I'm guessing. But like, this is really interesting. This is really interesting, and this doesn't come doesn't come often as something as this doesn't come often as something that will be released. This type of anime doesn't get released often. So yeah.
Nagai.
永吉のところへ行ってくるよ。
先ほど知らせが来ましてね。では若旦那、主催を話していただきましょうか。
おや、一太郎、いらっしゃい。
あら、一太郎さ
ん。すまないね、永吉。実はね、昨日の夜、東屋に行ったんだよ。
急に血の匂いがしてきたんです。
若旦那、人殺しに行き合ったんですって。
この事件は私たちじゃなけりゃどうにもできないことかもしれないよ。
夕げまでにはお戻りを。
私が訪ねた店では誰も知りませんでした。
誰がなんでこんなことをしているのやら。
殺された男の名が分かったよ。
ここであやかしが関わってくるんだ。
闇金にお気をつけよ。
心配しているのはお前さんたちだけじゃないんだよ。
若旦那はどこへ行ったんだ。あんな思いは二度とごめんで。
まずいことになったら お前だけ逃げるんだよ。
お気をつけになって。
いつまで若旦那に隠しておけるかね。
世の中、願ってもどうにも叶わないこともあるんだ。ここで逃げたら行こう。
Okay, so this is an interesting anime. I think that like this is the type of seasonal anime that like will probably not be a life changer, a game changer of any sort, but that will actually talk to you about Japan in a way that like, well, Japan is not talked to about in anime these days, because it's all about like, well, it's all about the show, and here it's more about like a traditional, let's say, like it sounds like a traditional like scary tale, you know, that they portray in anime. And I think that like if you like Japan for Japan and do not like Japan for anime, and both are valid answers, you know, like this is an anime for you. Like for me, it is too much. Like I already got my dosage to Japan all the time, but like but yeah, this is an interesting anime. I think it is something that I think that like it might be able to like make you connect with some Japanese traditions and stuff like that. So yeah.
How many characters can you truly
Okay. This is I absolutely love Japanese lore. I absolutely love Japanese folklore. So yeah, watashi wa Nihon suki. And I want to check out the Japanese lore of shinigamis. You probably heard the word, you probably know the word, but you probably didn't know that shinigamis are actually a real cult. It is a real religion within the Japanese folklore, and it is quite interesting. So I want to learn about this, and yeah, let's check it out.
We've recently covered quite a few deities associated with death, and it's extremely interesting to see how different cultures attempt to approach and explain the natural event. In Greek mythology, we see the presence of Thanatos as almost welcomed because he symbolizes the gentle and painless release of death. In Egypt, Anubis is somewhat of an escort, ensuring that the dead pass safely into the afterlife. But in Japan, they have their own twist on death. The Shinigami, meaning gods of death or death spirits. Rather than being directly responsible when someone dies, they almost invite and usher people to their own demise. The term Shinigami isn't one that appears too much in Japanese literature, and it doesn't apply to a specific god or spirit, but rather to a variety of entities that are believed to bring death. Describing their appearance can be rather difficult, as they can take a host of different forms, appearing as a god, spirit, or demon-like figure. In early Japanese literature, the Shinigami were never really described as physical entities. If we look at Ningo Yoyori or Bunraku, the ancient Japanese art of puppet theatre, the works of Chikamatsu Manzaemon commonly tackled the issue of suicide. In a particular story, he describes a man and a woman attempting to commit a double suicide. They described life as being extremely short when being lured by a death god. It's unclear if their actions were driven by the existence of a Shinigami, but in this context the word Shinigami was almost used as an expression to describe how short life can be, especially when we waste time worrying about the inevitable end that awaits us all. In the classical literature of the 18th and 19th century, the depictions of the Shinigami began to change. If we take a look at the Ihon Hyaku Monogatari, often referred to as the picture book of 100 stories, it covers a host of different yokai and supernatural entities. There is a story titled Shinigami, and in this story the Shinigami is described as the spirit of someone who passed, but still harbored bad intent, quite similar to how we would describe a ghost or a poltergeist. The spirit would lead the living along a bad path, and take them to places where previous deaths had occurred. They were known to lead those who were contemplating suicide to places where others had previously hung themselves, in the hope that history would repeat itself. This form of Shinigami was believed to possess people and slowly break their will, causing them to want to die. In later years, it was believed that several things would happen to someone who was possessed by this particular type of spirit. They would either find it extremely difficult to tell the truth when asked questions, or find it almost impossible to speak at all. We can almost assume that these were techniques used by the Shinigami to alienate their hosts from friends and family, making it much harder for them to seek help. It's believed that they could invade a person's thoughts, forcing them to relive every horrible thing they had ever done, until it became so much that death was the only release. The Izanagi and the Izanami are what many consider to be examples of the very first Shinigami. They were the 8 pairs of brother and sister deities that appeared when the earth was created, and they were often associated with both creation and death. The Shinigami are quite similar to the other kami of the Shinto religion, but their history doesn't stretch as far back, because after all they are a relatively recent invention. It wasn't until Japan came into contact with the West, and their ideas of particular gods associated with death, that the idea of the Shinigami really began to grow and develop. Where it was common for Western cultures to have very few gods associated with death, in Japan there were many Shinigami, and they often worked in groups and pairs. There is an interesting tale about a man who is fed up with his life, and so he contemplates suicide, but before he is able to do so, he is visited by a Shinigami, who tells him that his time has not come yet. The spirit explained to the man that each person's life is measured on a candle, and once the flame burns out, that person dies. These depictions differ drastically and contradict the early depictions of the Shinigami, who appeared more as vengeful spirits. It's very clear that in this story, they have no control over who lives and who dies. They are essentially told when a person's time has come to an end, or perhaps they are even able to sense when a person's time is near, when their figurative candle is about to burn out.
This is a beautiful metaphor in general, I think.
To stop the man ending his life, the Shinigami tells him how he could become very rich. The man would pretend to be a doctor, who would claim he could cure any disease. He was given a magical phrase of words that would send any Shinigami back to the underworld and thus lengthen someone's life. The phrase would only work if the Shinigami was sitting at the foot of someone's bed. If they were at the head of the bed, the magical phrase would only cause a sick person to die. With his newfound knowledge, the man indeed grew very rich, and one day when visiting a patient, he saw the Shinigami at the head of the patient's bed. The family begged the man to help, and after declining several offers, the family offered an amount of money so large that the man was consumed by greed. When the Shinigami fell asleep, the patient swapped ends of the bed, and the magical words sent the spirit back to the underworld. When the man arrived home, the same Shinigami was waiting for him, infuriated with what he had just done. The Shinigami told the man that all would be forgotten if they went for a drink to celebrate the man's newly earned fortune. The man of course agreed, not knowing that he had just fallen for a trick. He was taken to a building filled with candles, and he was shown his own candle, which was nearly burnt out because of his actions. The man was told he could extend his life by transferring the wick and the wax of his candle to another. But of course this was another trick. The man failed, dropping his candle and dying. This is a story that I really enjoy, because not only does it show us that the Shinigami are unpredictable, but they seem to have their own distinct personalities. The first Shinigami appeared as quite friendly, explaining to the man how death worked and even helping him improve his life. The following spirits that the man came across did not seem to be too concerned with the fact that he was sending them back to the underworld, but it was the last Shinigami who was angered by his actions, swearing revenge against the man and ultimately taking the man's life as a payment for the soul he had stopped him acquiring. Now I know you fans of the Death Note anime and manga have been waiting for this video for a while, and a video discussing the Shinigami wouldn't exactly be complete without taking a look at their recent depictions and transformations. I had previously never read or watched Death Note, but I had heard of the name, and it wasn't until watching the Netflix movie adaptation that I even came across the Shinigami. The Shinigami appear as demon-like gods who write the names of mortals in books known as Death Notes, causing them to die and thus extend their own life. Shinigami are not responsible for every death that occurs, but they can sometimes end a life sooner than intended. The character known as Ryuk is quite a curious Shinigami, who out of boredom drops one of these said Death Notes into the human world, with instructions on how it can be used. Those who find the book are essentially entered into a bargain or a pact with Ryuk, where he agrees to kill anyone whose name is written in the book in the desired manner. Ryuk appears to feel no apathy for those who find the book, as they are essentially just the means for him to extend his own life, but he does mention several times that he finds humans and their behaviour extremely interesting. The individuals who enter into an agreement with Ryuk are told if they no longer desire to be the keeper of the book, then they can pass it along to someone else, or they can separate themselves from the book for 7 days. Once the 7 days are up, Ryuk would find a new person to assume the role as keeper of the book. Those who find the book are often consumed by the power it comes with, and ultimately the Death Note is responsible for their own death. The Shinigami in Death Note do also vary in appearance. If we take Ryuk as an example, he has long thin appendages and a ghoulish-like appearance. His head and neck appear to be stitched to his body, and he almost reminds me of Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas, only much more menacing and deadly. There are quite a few Shinigami that appear in the series, and the one similarity in appearance that they all seem to share is that they all resemble corpses, and I guess when you think about it, that isn't too out of the ordinary for gods of death.
This is interesting that like they took the story of Death Note to actually talk about Shinigamis in their modern representation. I actually find it fascinating, and usually no one talks about Death Note because of Ryuk, so yeah, this is great.
If these depictions of the Shinigami are something that interests you, then I suggest you either check out the anime or the manga, or perhaps even the Netflix movie, if bad movies are something you enjoy. The deities surrounding death in other cultures are often shown to be selfless individuals who perform a thankless task. I guess one of the main reasons I find the Shinigami so interesting is because they differ drastically, not only because of the sheer amount of them that exist, but they seem to have their own distinct personalities. The role that the Shinigami played drastically changed over the years in Japan. In early Japanese culture, they were used to explain someone dying, particularly the act of suicide, but they soon began to manifest as vengeful spirits who were capable of possessing people and driving them insane until the only release was death. In the most recent depictions, They appear as demon-like gods who strike bargains with mortals as a means of extending their own lives. The Shinigami are most definitely a mixed bag. There are those who choose to help people as they transition into the underworld. There are those who seek revenge and enjoy causing death. And there are those who use the lives of mortals as bargaining tools as a means to extend their own existence. Whether you see the Shinigami as spirits, demons or gods, they're extremely intriguing figures who give us a different outlook on deities surrounding death. Once again, I'd like to thank all the patrons who voted on this week's video and for all the support you've given me. If you guys...
Okay, this was interesting. The representations, they are often like, they change. What you need to know, I didn't know about the candle metaphor, which is really interesting. And I think that like overall, the only thing that I think, is immense is that the Shinigami culture and religion is actually something that is really recent. It didn't start to exist before 200 years ago. So think about this way. You have a religion that has been created within Japan within the last 300 years. Let me just check. Yeah. Yeah. So it is only 2 to 3 centuries old. Think about all many centuries. Taoism, Buddhism is old it is. This is something that like I think is interesting because it became quite the religion, and because of that it is something that people, well, I don't know, like I think that like it's something interesting to also mention. Otherwise, a really beautiful video. Thank you so much, Mythology and Fiction Explained.
Unique charm where the storytellers have to get creative with the way... I love short films. Short films have this unique charm where the storytellers have to get creative with the way their story is presented. As with the very limited runtime, you have to make every single second count. And this is especially true for anime short films, where every single frame of animation is an opportunity to add to your narrative in some way. Oh shit, are we animating? Because of this, I've always been pleasantly surprised by the amount of short films that have emotionally impacted me more with a 5 to 10 minute runtime than some entire series could ever achieve at all. So when I saw Porter Robinson's new passion project, Shelter, a short film / music video animated by A1 Pictures with music in collaboration with Madion, it certainly stood up there with a small amount of anime short films that have impacted me. So before I go any further in this video, I'm just going to tell you to watch Shelter if you haven't already. It's only 6 minutes of your life, so just do it. Oh wait. Oh, what? Do you have something better to do? Is it that thing, you know, that thing you always like to do? Look, this is a PG-13 channel, so we don't even need to say the words. Let's call it having a Shinji Ikari. Do you feel like having a Shinji Ikari right now? Look, go Shinji Ikari, it's all out, and then watch the video, and I'll still be here, okay? Alright, are we all Shinji Ikari'd out? Good. Did you also watch Shelter? Great. Go go wipe your tears and possibly also your hand, so we could talk about what a fantastic job Porter Robinson and his team did. And yes, I did think it was fantastic to get that opinion out of the way for those of you who will think this is overrated, which is only inevitable when something small like this gains as much attention as it does. Now, I'm not here to break down and analyze the entire short frame by frame, as there are plenty of other YouTubers who can probably do it better than I ever could, but also because unlike other shorts like Me, the story and overall message of Shelter is actually pretty simple to understand. But in case you missed it, Shelter follows the story of a young girl who's in some kind of virtual reality where she seemingly has free reign over this world via her magical iPad. Or is it a Galaxy Note 7? Everything seems fine and dandy. I mean, if I was a cute anime girl with literally the entire world at my fingertips, I'd probably spend all day lounging around my bed too. But everything is turned on its head when touching a lone swing triggers her PTSD, causing her Vietnam flashbacks to resurface. And would you know it, it turns out Jupiter got pissed at the Earth one day and decided to crash land. But who cares about that? Look at this cute little girl with her cute little smile. Yes, to save cuteness from dying along with the rest of the world, her loving father built a spaceship with this virtual world in it, which he sends her off in, unknowingly triggering the reboot to Supergirl. And that's pretty much it. She's just floating through space, I guess. For how long? Who knows? Possibly forever. Good night. Can I at least get some Netflix up in here? Despite all this, the short even manages to end on a positive message, showing us that our memories, even our most painful ones, can be used as a stepping stone to move forward in the future as a stronger person. Which is nice, you know. It's always good to end on a little positivity when a lone girl is drifting through space forever when her parents and possibly the whole of mankind is dead. Well, that sounded really bleak when you say it out loud. Hey, but cute anime girls, am I right? It's a very simple concept that plays on the core themes of fatherly love and existentialism through complete isolation of a 17-year-old girl flying through space. But that's the beauty of a short like this. It shines from its simplicity as not a single frame is wasted in presenting this idea to us, resulting in a masterclass of visual storytelling. Even though the short has a bit of dialogue in it, we certainly don't need it at all to understand what is going on. And the simplicity does not detract from the impact on it. In fact, it enhances it. And it's this simple core.
Okay, this is interesting. This is really interesting, and I think like this is worth some time. It's a short, and so far like this is something that like might make you interested in some different type of like anime genre that are like less accessible unless you get like this type of like this type of presentation and this let's say shortcut into this more difficult to enjoy, understand, get into genre of anime.
Message that really sells it. So all these petitions calling for a full series of this to be made is just no. It would ruin the entire charm of this short. Something like this says everything it needs to and doesn't overstay its welcome, and that's what makes it special. What's great about Shelter is that you can sense the love and passion that went into crafting it. Extra props to Megami Kono for handling the character designs and entire key animation, because the animation looks absolutely beautiful throughout. But most importantly, you can feel Porter Robinson's vision burning through every frame of this. This was his passion project, and you can tell his passion resonated perfectly with the team he was working with. It's entirely refreshing to see an anime that contains a love for an entire medium from an outsider who, for all intents and purposes, has nothing to do with anime. Whoa, wait, does this even count as an anime? Wait, let's see what Reddit have to say about this. Yes, I wanted to touch on a little debate that happened when the video was first posted on Reddit's r/anime board, where it got removed for not complying with the specific definition of what anime is. Hey, what you trying to do telling me SpongeBob ain't an anime? Next you'll be telling me I can't talk about Hey Arnold or Arthur, you fucking hack. This video was eventually put back up, but I bring this up not to troll an entire anime board. Hi r/anime, nice to talk to you before this gets removed, but to bury the question of whether this and all future projects like this even count as real anime or not. And the honest to God answer is, who fucking cares? We live in an age where the anime we grew up on and are fans of have inspired people. Many people. Some Japanese, some Western, some grew up to be normal everyday people, some grew up to have opportunities in the creative industry, and some of these people will have the power to express their love for the medium in their own way. Which is why I think small projects like this or other collaborations could become more common in the future, and as they do, the line between what counts as anime and what doesn't will just get more and more blurred. As, for example, the term otaku has blurred vastly from its original meaning, especially here in the West. Industries evolve and anime is no longer just strictly a Japanese business. The audience is global and so are the companies investing in it. Hell, there are even animators who aren't Japanese working on anime, so it doesn't matter if it's anime collaborated, anime influenced. This project and others like it embodies what anime should be about. Just creative people people doing creative things, inspired by some works that are familiar to all of us as anime fans. Not some foregone debate about where it was made, who worked on it, or who it was targeted for. Porter Robinson has shown us that it's possible to live the weeb dream, that a single individual can commission an anime studio to make their own anime. All you really need is fame, a shit ton of cash, an international music producer, backing from some anime studios and companies, and a great vision with a burning passion. Easy, right? What we see here is someone's love letter to anime, and it doesn't matter where he came from. He may just be a dumb weeb trying to show his love for a medium, but he's our dumb weeb trying to show his love for a medium. And that's something you could feel
and this is great. So for sometimes just like some positivity about someone liking this industry and other people admiring the fact that like it did something for this industry. Because I'm so done with like this non-stop, never-ending like negativity, like bound to someone just likes it in here. All right, so just someone likes it in here. Someone enjoys what's going on, and someone wants to, because of that, he wanted to give back his own way, away to what it meant to him. And this is something. This is a reason why actually people should watch this type of shelter, just because like this comes from a passion project. So there is no money, no one is trying to sell you figurines or like t-shirts or like people, they just appreciate if you watch. And usually, you know, that like the real pearls, like the real like magic happens when it's not because they want to sell you something, but it's just because they want someone to appreciate what they appreciate to share.
Losing out of every frame in Shelter, and it's something that resonates with those of us who have tried to show that same passion in our own way. So, as a fellow anime fan who also loves the medium, I just have to say, great job, Porter. You did us proud.
This was great. This was great. All right, let's watch some memes. What the fuck?
Spider versus Terran.
Puro fuego.
Yo, Angie, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh.
God. It's like the. Fuck!
Oh my god! Dude, that nigga cut? Oh! Shit! Ah!
Doggy!
what and cousin fucking tarnation, Alabama Betty Crocker, Miss fucking Betty White shit is this? Holy shit.
Whoa! What the dab?
Just turned
What a
21
legend.
years old. She was about to start a new job next week. She was sitting in her
Oh no. Did you saw
job
it?
next week. She was
Do you see it?
sitting in her
Yo, no way. No way. Dude.
They're so cute.
It's only a game. All I know is I'm not.
How do you even drive? What the fuck? Are you not scared that your thing explodes? Oh no.
Hello, boy. You want this? You want it? Give me my boy, nigga. Give me my fucking boy, nigga.
Okay, there you go. This is for your trouble for the road, dude. Mr. Duck, take it. You need it more than we do. Go ahead, buddy.
What?
Hmm. What the box? What the fuck? What a cute parrot. Ah, what the fuck?
This bitch empty. Yeah.
Oh! No!
911, let's go!
What the fuck? Spider-Man!
Hi, welcome to Chile.
He wants to join in. No. What the fuck? Again. What a cute little thing. Alright.
Hello everyone, this is your
Okay, let's finish with that.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. This person somehow managed to create a fire vortex inside of a bubble.
What the fuck? Damn.
Hunter, are you hungry?
Neko.
You need, don't let yourself be convinced to do something that you know is bad, and then Ian finally just shared the
Damn.
A few weeks ago, there was a massive earthquake in Alaska. Nobody in the school was injured, but there was still an incredible amount of damage. This company made a machine that lets you customize the foam in your drink. You can use pretty much any picture in the world and place it right on top of your coffee or beer.
That's really cool.
In case you didn't know, this is how astronauts sleep in space.
You might think it's uncomfortable not having a mattress and a pillow, but without gravity, of course, you don't need anything to hold you up. You can just completely relax.
These people made a robot that knows how to ice skate and swim underwater.
Oh, that's really cool. He knows how to ice skate. That's actually really, really fucking cool.
Hula hoop dancers sometimes edit their videos to look incredibly trippy.
This is indeed really trippy. I like it. Damn.
That's in this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
All right. Okay, that's it for the stream today. I will see you later. And as always, be toxic.